absolutely ridiculous. They'll believe anything. They'll believe anything.
I actually had another thing I wanted to talk to you about. I wanted to ask you a question. What do you believe about God?
What I believe of God?
Yeah, who is God? Is there one? Are there many? What for you? What is it? I'm curious.
Okay.
Do you believe in God?
Now 100%, but I will not deny that I believe it. No, I mean I still kind of believe there's something exists.
But you can't understand it.
I could understand.
I think there's a word in English for that. I think that's called agnostic. It's a bad sounding word. It doesn't mean anything bad. I think agnostic means that you believe in a God, but you think people will never be able to understand it.
Mm-hmm.
Is that kind of you?
Yeah, just how to say that in Taiwan, we'll say 不要太贴词，就是 you don't have to say you don't believe anything because we are unknown of lots of things. So
do you like talk to God ever or pray or anything like that?
Yeah, sometimes I feel scared or I want to be success in some like some important situation, like an job interview, or doing some important decision. I pray to God. Yeah.
God must feel pretty pissed, right? He's like, these fucking people, they only talk to me when they want something or they're scared, right? So, okay. So, has God ever spoken to you?
No.
Interesting. You know, I tell people this sometimes and they think I'm a bit crazy, but I hear a voice. Not all the time, but some of the time. Mm-hmm. And it talks to me. I see the way you look at me there, like this dude's fucking mad. But I swear, yeah, I hear a voice, and it's a very, very interesting voice because it's really fucking sarcastic, and it teases me. It says stuff to me, and the stuff it teases me about is like the things that I really don't want to admit to myself. I hear this voice teasing me about these things and being, sarcasm, right? Mm-hmm. You know sarcasm?
I know.
Being really sarcastic.
You mean the voice?
Yeah, and like teasing me and giving me shit. I don't hear it all the time. I hear it sometimes.
I don't know. I think you like it.
Oh, of course. Well, of course I do, because I kind of believe that in a way is God kind of talking to me. And people say to me, but hey, you know what? That might not be God. That might just be you. I'm like, cool. If it is, that's cool.
You mean you heard those voices when you're alone?
It doesn't have to specifically be when I'm alone, but yeah, just sometimes there's this conversation that goes on with me and a voice. And it could be me in some strange way, but the thing is that sometimes it says stuff to me that I don't want to admit to myself, and it points it out. And it's always a very logical voice in a way.
But somehow what I think is like you're talking to yourself?
Yeah, which I said, yeah. Which it very well could be. And I'm perfectly willing to admit that it could be that. But the strange thing is that if it is me, my subconscious is really smart, because the way it talks to me, it points out things that I really should be seeing that I'm not seeing, and does it in a way that it doesn't feel like it's me. But I'm happy to say that it's me. But it benefits me, so it's okay. But the reason I'm talking to you about this is like there's another way. Like I have a belief that I think that everybody that you meet in your life either has a lesson for you or a gift.
Yeah.
I've always believed this. So you meet people for a reason, and sometimes shitty things happen, so it's a lesson, and sometimes great things happen. You know, like meeting you. Look what we're doing now. I think it's a gift. Right?
Yeah. A whole new experience.
And another way I think that God or whatever talks to you is you have to be awake, and there will be signs or information that will be given to you at the right time. And the way I imagine it is like when you buy a phone, there's an instruction book, right? So if you need help operating the phone, you can read and get some guidance.
Yeah.
So I kind of feel if there is a God, that God wouldn't just put you on the earth and say, go. Like if you need help, there is help. but you've got to be open and you've got to kind of be awake to it. So
You mean they plan for you and just see if you can see the
no,
opportunity?
just like the messages are there, you just have to be awake. And
Yeah.
watch
The
them.
messages. They probably arrange some people, some things around you. Just see if you can
If you can see it.
see it.
So
right.
recently I've been feeling pretty bad, like pretty depressed. I've told you that I'm planning to move to Portugal. You know, I want to live the simple life and get out of the
Because you want
city.
to
And
escape the depression.
it's not so much escape the depression. I have a goal. And one of the things that I was doing wrong
Right.
was I put the time limit on it. I put a time limit. I said, like, 2 years later, my girlfriend and I, be married hopefully at that time, but my girlfriend and I were going to move to Portugal with our 2 dogs. And putting that time limit really affected me. But I didn't realize the time limit affected me until
You do that.
the message. No, the message from
message,
God,
yeah.
right? So that's what I want to
Okay.
talk about. So I was feeling really shitty, and I phoned my brother in America, and I was really upset, and I was saying, oh yeah, I really wish that my dad had lived, because he died when I was a baby, because I just feel like I don't have anyone to talk to and someone to give me some guidance. And I felt like that for a few weeks. And then this week, magically, a YouTube video popped up in my feed. Something I would never search for. And it was some old hippie looking dude who's long dead. He's dead long time ago, just talking about life. And the guy said, he was talking about rushing. And I wanted to share this with you because it's really cool. The guy said, he said, you know what? Yeah, you do things in a rush. He said, when you wake up in the morning, often you're in such a rush to get to work and do what you need to do,
Yeah.
that instead of making a really nice cup of coffee, you make instant coffee. You know instant coffee?
I know.
It's like the powder,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But instant coffee tastes like shit. It doesn't taste
Right.
like good
Yeah.
cup of coffee. So
No
you
crunch.
have less of an experience with your coffee because you're in a rush. And then throughout your day, this happens more. You're doing one thing,
Yeah.
but you're rushing to finish so you can do the next thing. And then that happens with the next thing. And then you rush and you wait till the last minute before you go to bed. And the message, I think, was that kind of you never focus on the present. You're always thinking about the following thing and rushing to get there. So everything you do you end up having an instant coffee life. So when he said this, I was so like shocked because, as I said, like I never searched for anything like that. And this isn't the first time through YouTube, surprisingly, I've gotten a message. And it really changed my perspective so much because I realized that putting this time limit on moving to Portugal was putting this pressure on me and was making me think a lot about every decision I needed to make had to be the right one. And if work was good one day or bad another day, the bad was freaking me out. And I spoke to someone about it. They said, yeah, this sounds so right, because even if you've achieved this and you go to Portugal 2 years later, you're going to hate these 2 years because you're going to put so much pressure on yourself and you're not going to enjoy the moment at all. And that's what I'm saying to you. Like, this thing came to me at just the right time. And now I've realized whether it's 1 year or 3 years, I'm much more going to focus on the end result, not on the time. I'm going to keep pushing towards that goal, but I'm not going to let time be this major thing. And if I've got to wake up earlier every day so that I don't have to rush, I'm going to do that. If I need to leave 5 minutes earlier, so when I'm on my scooter coming to work, I'm trying now to actually enjoy the ride. Like saying, hey, I'm not going to fight the traffic. I'm going to leave a few minutes earlier and enjoy my ride because I like my work and I like the people at my work. And I'm going to enjoy going there because it's my life. And I live in Taiwan. And I never thought I'd live here. And it's a great place. And I have so many good things to be thankful for and grateful for in my life that I should take that time and appreciate them. Because recently, like, I walk my dog at the park in the morning.
Right.
You know that I just, it's something I need to get done, so I rush through it. I don't even see the park.
Okay.
I just walk fast with
Just
the
to
dog,
focus
pulling the dog
present.
behind me, right? So that's why I wanted to talk to you about it. It was just like this lesson that I learned, and it came to me in such a unique way, which to me must be some kind of
God.
universe or God or whatever you want to call
Universe
it,
and voice.
talking to me at just the right message at just the right time. And it isn't the first time that exact thing has happened. So if somebody asks me, like, do you believe in God? I'm like, hell yeah. Do I believe that God is Jesus? Not particularly, or any of the names of different religions. But it's just this beautiful thing that's there and if you listen to your intuition or your gut or the messages that are coming, help is there for you and you can figure stuff out. And when you're going through a tough time, there is a resource there and you can get through it, but you just have to be awake and you have to be listening. And if you do that, you can really find the answers to your life and what's going on. So I just wanted to share that with you. I thought it was pretty cool.
Oh,
Thing.
okay.
I feel so much better because I was feeling so shitty the last few weeks. I feel so much more calm and relaxed now. So
Yeah, that's really great. Just because when you see the video and you can just a click and just make your mind turn it around. And you can think another way. So it really helps. And I think a lot of people have the similar experience.
Sure.
I have before, but sometimes I don't know. I don't explain that it's a God before, but I would say it's like a spiritual or some power behind
like
you that you
something.
yeah you couldn't explain,
Sure.
and you have to watch it. And I think it's accepted, just follow the flow. I mean, it's like when you really want to control something and rush to something, you will miss it, and you will not focus on it.
And you miss the journey along the way, right?
Just no, I don't know if it is that you mean miss.
Yeah, you because you're so focused on the time and rushing and getting something done that you don't enjoy the thing that you're currently doing.
Yeah.
So that's why I said to you, if I rush through the next 2 years trying to achieve this thing because 2 years is such an important thing, I'm not going to enjoy my life for 2 years. I'm going to drive myself crazy for 2 years because I've put that time there. But I shouldn't. I should enjoy my time here, especially if I've only got 2 or 3 years left in Taiwan before I move possibly to Portugal. I should enjoy this time and do the things that I like doing. And if I'm, I was looking for properties online, but I was rushing trying to get this thing done. So I was looking through properties so much so that I hurt my eyes by looking at the screen too much.
Yeah.
Rushing to find the right house, to get the loan, to do this. But surely that should be a fun experience.
Yeah, you should be enjoying the journey.
But I wasn't enjoying it. I was looking through all these things, trying to get it done.
Yeah.
But not enjoying the process. That's buying my future home.
But why rush?
Exactly.
What's the reason that pushes you forward?
I don't know.
I think sometimes people have to rush because there really exists a time limit.
Sure. But if you're doing it every day, it's a problem. If you're doing it every day, every minute of every day. And I see, with my job, I have a lot of people who work at big, nice tech companies. And every time I see them, how are you? Busy. Every week, I didn't have time to do this. I didn't have time to do this. All they seem to have time for is work.
Yeah.
Very little time to exercise, very little time to spend with a partner or looking for a partner.
Enjoy that life.
And I see so many people just doing this, just chasing something every single day, but they don't know what or why or what. So that's why I talk to people a lot about this and say, hey, you know what, you got to slow down. Like the same lesson that I learned, I try to pass that forward to the next person and say, hey, you know what?
Sometimes but you forgot.
Yeah, that's true. Right?
Yeah. So it's like a remind.
Yeah.
Remind.
Yeah, so that was one example. And I think it's amazing. It's happened so many times in my life. That's why I do believe in a God. Because the right information, the right person, the right whatever it is can come into your life at just the right time. And I don't think that necessarily has to mean that God has a plan for your life. I know they say this in the Christian religion. I don't think God has a plan. I just think that whatever you want to do, there is information there. If you're just open to it, willing to look at yourself honestly and see if you're doing the right thing or the wrong thing, not to be too stuck in thinking you're right, but just open to information and to anything. because you never know where it'll come from.
Yeah, I think just open mind to accept all the information and accept all kind of possibilities. I think it's a better way to enjoy the life, enjoy the journey. Because if you want to control the things, you want to control your life, I think you will make you feel like anxiety,
Anxiety,
and then and I think even you achieve it, you still not be fulfilled or satisfied.
Because all you got is that end result, but you didn't enjoy the journey along the way to get there.
Yeah, you still feel something empty in your mind.
Yeah. So I learned a big lesson. So, I am focusing. I like to walk in the park, like I said to you. I like to say certain sentences over and over again. Like, have you heard of affirmations?
Affirmation?
Like just like a mantra, like something you say to yourself, like,
many times.
So I do this every morning in the park, but I've taken the time limits out. So it's not like I'm not trying to achieve my goal. I'm still gonna talk to people and open bank accounts and buy properties and do all that stuff. But it just gonna let the pace and the time happen by itself. I'm gonna be more relaxed and just try to every day appreciate the things I have and just look around me, see what's going on, and say, hey, life's pretty good in a lot of ways, and must appreciate that.
Yeah.
And it's made me feel so much better because, like I said, my brother was worried about me. He said, man, I've never heard you sound like that. I was really, really like feeling depressed and stuff. So to have gotten that answer is huge, especially because, like I said, like the way I was feeling was like wishing that my father had lived so that I could have that person to talk to give me guidance. But then the fact that I got the guidance wasn't in that way, but I got the guidance just made me feel like so much better about life.
So much relief. Yeah. Sometimes I can sense your like anxiety at the moment. Just I don't know what's behind that.
Sure.
It's just like but I think there's a lot of books like teach people like you should have like a 10 years plan, 5 years plan, and like a short-term and long-term plan. I try to follow the book's guidance and to make my own.
It's not easy, right?
It's not easy. I don't know why, because the first time is that I couldn't set up a 10 years plan. What I should be, where I should be after 10 years. What kind of work I should have. I have no idea. And if I write something, I think it's not my idea. It's about the social's expectation.
So other
the society,
people's opinions of what you should be
other
doing.
people think what I should do. I write it down and I feel, no, I just feel something wrong. And I couldn't follow the plan.
Sure.
And I think, and it like confused me for a moment. I have an ex-boyfriend and I teach me how to make the plan, and because he think that's necessary for your life. But recently I figure like my plan, my like long-term plan should be like what kind of people, what kind of the lifestyle I want.
Sure.
And I really like the way, like I have freedom. I have the freedom to choice.
Sure. So build the life that you want to build, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
With the people you want and the activities you want and the things that you want to be doing.
How to say it? It's. I think what I confused is when I wrote down the 10 years plan, and I should follow the plan, right, to on the life journey. But when I in the middle of that, I feel like something wrong.
Sure, and it also puts that pressure on it. So
because I already followed it. Should I still stick on the road, or I just alternative?
And you know what you might say, like you might have a 5-year goal, and you get to year 4. And you're not even halfway to achieving the 5-year goal. But things don't work at the same speed. Like in that last year, you might actually, if it's a money goal, you might get double that goal just in the last year. So you might only do 20% in the first 4 years, but then you get like a new job or open a company or some opportunity and it goes huge. So you don't know the speed that it's going to go at. But if you're following that time plan, by the time you get to year 4 and you're not close to achieving it, you're going to be freaking out. You're going to be putting pressure on yourself. Like you're going to look desperate, and people who do business with you are going to feel that desperation from you because you've put this time pressure. But you know when you feel desperate, you push people away. People can feel that you're desperate, and then you're not in a relaxed state, and things are not going to come to you because you're pushing them too hard. You know, there's this thing. It's like they say, when you want a girlfriend, you can't get one. But when you're happy with your life and pretty chilled out, that's when you get the girlfriend. Because before, when you don't have the girlfriend and you want the girlfriend, people can feel that desire. They can feel that you want it. It pushes it away from you.
Okay.
So I think that just that pressure that from the time really is an enemy. Because, you know, you just have to, I think, focus on now. Just, you know what you want to do, and just each day try and put one foot in front of the other foot, try to achieve that thing. Do the things you need to do to achieve it. Just stop worrying about the time part.
Yeah. And when you set out the time, when at a certain time stage, you figure out you didn't achieve the goal you set by your own, and you will feel like you fail.
Like a failure.
You're like a failure. You can catch up. You're trying to work more hard to work on to catch up. But and when there's another opportunities comes in, and you will filter it.
Yeah, because it's not what that thing you wanted, right? But it might actually be better. But you just
but you don't know.
It.
But I think it's really hard to choose, because sometimes the opportunities might really be some distraction, but you have to figure out.
Sure. But I mean, like I would never have guessed that I would be where I am now. Not 10, but maybe 20 years ago, because I've been here for 14.
Yeah.
If you told me 20 years ago I'd be sitting here now, I would have been like, dude, what's wrong with you?
I think that's the funny things and the funny, interesting thing in life. You just never know what will happen. What will happen.
So I was reading a very interesting book called The Fourth Turning. I've only just kind of gotten into it, but the thing that they talked about was that in the past, people didn't have the same relationship with time that they do now. So people in the past went through cyclical time, where we're now in linear time. So we're looking at life as like this straight line and the things that are coming. Whereas in the past, people more looked at a cycle, like the cycle of the seasons. And I think that the older way is way better. You know, that you're actually not looking at your life as this one long thing that you've got to achieve. It's the cycle that keeps repeating throughout your life. And you do different things in the different cycle, and you gradually move. It's not this like straight line with goals attached along the way. So possibly that's a better way to look at the world. And maybe it gives people a bit more peace.
Yeah, more peace.
And if you look at the world, everything is a cycle. Everything. So for us, getting out of this cycle and looking at time as this very straight line is probably what makes us feel happy, because we just keep putting all that pressure on ourselves. Whereas maybe we should just be enjoying the cycle of life.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, talking about the cycle of life, I think we should get out of here, because the typhoon is coming.
Yeah,
and I'm going to ride my scooter in the rain.
Yeah. Be safe.
So I think we should definitely get out of here. And hopefully everybody is safe in the typhoon. I know in the city we're pretty cool, but at these times I always really worry about the people who live in the mountains and stuff, because I've been stuck in a typhoon, and that's some scary shit. So let's hope
it's a really horrible experience.
So I hope everybody is safe and okay during the typhoon.
Yeah.
And thank you for a good discussion.
Yeah. I like it.
Really fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
Right. Bye-bye.
Bye.